Good evening, good evening. Welcome to the live Facebook Wednesday night. And of course, another interesting, of course, this is the disclaimer that I always show you. And of course, the audience who is with me right now probably know that the market is very hot, isn't it? So no surprises. For those of you who came last Friday, Saturday and Sunday at Mid Valley, we thank you for your support, and we have an exhibition booth there, and some of you did came in and sort of talk to us. We appreciate your gesture, and we thank you for your business coming in so far. All right, and of course for those of you who have not visited us as the Mid Valley, no worries, we are still able to support you through our channel, through our social media, as well as our WhatsApp support in here. And of course tonight the topic will be really related. So far we are coming to the first week of November, so let me warn you first. Alright, market is heading higher. Alright, for those of you who've been following me every Wednesday night, I've been sort of talking about how the market is, and I'm pretty spot on to it. But tonight I will also share with you the evidence that I have gathered and will willing to so-called support what we see right now in the market. So nothing are guesswork, so we will use economics facts as well as chart as well as sentiments paired together with Pentagon Guider to give you the best information that you can have right now. Alright, so tonight is the market ready? And of course, for those of you who don't know, first time here, Trade VSA is a digital investment advisor license, which is quite interesting because last Friday we met some of the public say that you can give buy call, and we say yeah, we can. We are regulated by the Securities Commission, and we are CMSL license holder, right? You can see from in here. So let me just get the word out. We are one and only digital investment advisor license that is able to give you this. And also with the technology that we have so far, we have participated and we are one of the finalists for the investment tech of the year, right, in Singapore this year. We didn't win, but we got into the finalists. And of course, members who have used us has definitely benefit with a 19% profit from Netgate in here. And now I will show you tonight too one of those profitable trade which actually was made with real money, my money. Okay, we're going to go through it. But of course, for those of you who is following us, we do take advice that you want to learn first paper trade, and until when you are comfortable, then you can start using real money. But meanwhile, the education is important. That's why we call it the mirror, learn and trade. And of course, mark your calendar on the 29th of November, which is only 1 month from now. I'll be doing a 10-point CPE. This is again SIDC, approved 10 points for 168 ringgit, which is only from 10 a.m. to 2:15 p.m. So straight on, no breaks, and a lot will be covering on that. Alright, so make sure you join me if you wanted to learn more about the market. Now let's look at the FBM's KLCI today. So you can see from here the FBM's KLCI is going nowhere. Okay, last week you can see when I started to draw this was my so-called best case scenario lah. You can see the market went sideways. We were supposed to peak here, but like it or not, there were no green pentagon. Okay, we got a lot of support in here. Akan datang lah, as I said before, akan datang, but just don't know when only. This is the FBM KLCI, which has been pretty much well disappointed here. We are waiting. So that's what I've said before many months, many years ago. Focus also on US market, and I do hope those of you who are listening now has already sort of pivot towards the US market and started to make good progress. But don't fret, don't get too sad. If you have not gone into the US market, we have something for you, which is the Copy SMARTRobie program, which is we started last week. We launched it during the Invest Fair, and tonight I will break it down to you. And at least it's making me some money, real money. And of course, you can always mirror, learn, and trade. I'm trading with a small size of about 10K US, which we will go through shortly in here. So for the US market pretty straightforward. You can see this is also green pentagon, so market's likely to push up from here. But all right, so that's looking very good. Okay, let's look at the Nasdaq. So we use the NQ. The reason why I always start off this is to get the perspective, all of you, so you are ready in the market. So these are all the charts. Okay, the charts are pretty important. We get all those rounded up, but more importantly is the macroeconomics that support, so you can have the confidence to at least, we're coming back to November month already, right? We got November and December, and I want all of you who are great audience of mine to capitalize on this nice rally, which I've been saying beginning of the year. Also get very tired. I mean, I'm the guy been telling you to buy, and I hope that at least you make some money. Some of the people who came to our exhibition booth stated they didn't make money, and some of their reason is that they stay out of the market. And I do hope that those of you who are listening have not stayed out and stayed into the market. And of course, those of you who have been in the market because you have time, but if you don't have time, our copy SmartRobie will be something you want to look at. So you can look here, Nasdaq looks pretty good. Green pentagon, no need to explain here. Nice one, a 2-bar reversal straight through right up here. Then we want to look at WIX, which is the volatility index, and since then it did hit 30, always a 30 mark, short of 29.30 here, and then cycle back. You can see this date is the same as this date, right? The market sell off, that was started to rise, and then the market pull back and then straight up. And there is a peculiar here I want to talk about, which is the 3% recovery after a sell-off in 5 days. 3% recovery in 5 days is a recovery. Okay, it's a pullback recovery. You shouldn't miss this, and you should have gone in. This was Donald Trump, I think, throwing his tantrum that he did not win the Nobel Peace Prize. He was nominated, he didn't win it, and he said that with the Chinese tariff, it will tax 100%. So this week, I think he'll be meeting with President Xi, and that's what the market is heading up higher from here onwards. So you can look from here, WIX is definitely pushing back to the low end around the 15 mark. That is bullishness. Every time when they dip below the 17, you're looking at bullishness ahead. So we've done that. Where is our KLCI market? As I said before, our KLCI market, we do expect it to move in the, so let me just lock in first, okay, in the positive territory, right, for the month of November at least, for the month of November. So we're going to look at so if you have not subscribed to this is a great product of us that we built over time, and what you want to do is go over to the foreign funds. They're buying now, only 2 occasions only, so foreign funds are all right. What I was going to show you is the monthly return. So bring this up, click on that, and you could see month of November should be a bullish month. Okay, November and December, many years, including year 2024 and year 2023, only the last 3 days only. The rest of the month, December, moves sideways. So take note, I every day warn you, only last 3 days ni, whole month tak jalan. Maybe November will start to jalan. Should able to pick up a bit if you see US picking up, and technology are also moving up. All your JF Tech, your Inari, those are moving up. I think JF Tech done pretty well. JF Tech, okay, that one moves up. Yeah, that's right, JF Tech. And then you got the Inari, all are recovering back. You can see they were down 40% over the year, so they have to come back up. Okay, so this is a recovery. But the problem with this, after you recover year end, then January drop again. But so far, as you can see, the visit by Donald Trump has ensured that the semiconductor has no tariff. So that looking pretty good. So the market shouldn't be down like here. All right, next we're going to go on is the what we call the foreign fund. So you can see from the foreign fund, still no good. Click on this one here, and what we see is that the foreign fund still selling. The last 2 days up here, this here, okay, yeah, still selling. Okay, foreign fund selling, and I can see that 28, yes, they were still selling. Only 2 days is up, so very hard lah. If foreign funds sell, how are we going to go higher from here? So as I said before, early this year, somewhere just after Chinese New Year 2011, I would say that the KLCI would close with a negative. Now it's about minus, what was the return here? Minus 1.5%. Worst case is 3.5%. Positive. We will probably be, if we have the run on the last 3 days of December, which we saw it last year too. 2023, 2024, these are what we call window dressing. Then the market will close with up 3%. Yeah, that's about it. That's how you're going to get it, okay? Nothing more. So it's sort of pathetic, isn't it? I mean, if you want to trade, and that's why we also want our member, and those of you listening tonight, to focus on the US market. If you think what I've said makes sense, give me a thumbs up, okay? So we want to put you in a right way. And it's kind of sad to see many of the SmartRobie users still struggling, not making good progress. Well, they can learn too, all right? So tonight, why can the US market still rally higher, at least for the month of November and December? This is what I think. So interesting news came out on Barron's, which I subscribe and I listen to it. So I just want to share something from the inside. The profit margin aren't just higher in tech, okay? But it look at all the average company in the S&P 500, and like it or not, is going up. Because many people were talking about, the AI bubble, right? The so-called 1929, because market going up, right? So take that off from your head. Please remove this thought in your head about the AI bubble and all the 1929. It's used as a clickbait, and many times people will try to sell their book, which is 1929 by Andrew Solkin. Of course, one day that market collapse will come, but right now it doesn't look like it, and that's why this news says it there. This is a very good piece. Talk about the record high profitability. Okay. Now, one of the things that you will see, hi James, thank you. You see a lot of high profitability is because of use of AI. All right. Over the last 9 months, where we see in US, no hiring, no firing, and yet this also contribute to the record high probably. The amount of AI is being used where people suffer. There were no people, buying, been hired, and the new hired is still all-time high, which also explain this. Second, there is a broad-based rally, just not tech. Although you hear most of the tech is in, but 7 out of 11 are profitable in compared to the historical average. Okay. Third one, the average performer are doing better. So like the baseball game, you want everyone, the player, each and every one of the market sector, which is a rally, doing quite well, and it is. So financial, utility, consumer discretion are posting higher than average margin, and that's good news to the stock market, because a lot of people talk about AI bubble, but the fact that many of you choose not to think of is just looking at what has happened in the past. All this was justified. There were less jobs for the new graduates, and all this will be sort of hindered and replaced by AI. And AI is really cutting through the workforce, and we see many people unemployed, but we do see a rise in productivity of the company, and the companies are using AI agents very much in what we do too. Right now we also have the Copy SmartRobie also using AI, algorithm trading, and doing as good as any human can do. So with that, when you get the raise of the EPS and the earnings, profitability, margin, that itself justified higher stock prices. Now if you look at it, of course, Apple, TSM are slightly more than 5-year high, but that also explains that a lot of the investment are being put in that makes it a bit pricey, because it's bullish, so market continues to move higher. Now, early on last week, I've talked about this, okay, where September month, if you see September month, now it's already end of October, right, close well, and this would last towards it. So you can see from here, October, which is month, 0.5%, we are still up. And then you have the November month. November, you can see Nasdaq really rally. So I warn you first, don't act surprised if November the month go up. And you see most Malaysians only market go higher only, they say, hey, I want to buy now, okay? And then December also rally. Unlike Malaysia, 3 hari saja, last 3 days. They won't tell you one, but I tell you now. Right? Last 3 days only rally only. So these are the seasonality. I've been in the market for almost 10 years, and I see this in and out. Okay, at least some of my sharing in here will benefit you. Now another hint why the rally on is also changed in the US government policy, because periods in the past, government do not take position in the company. But with Donald Trump coming in, and you all know he's a businessman, and also with his family making huge billions in cryptocurrency, he even pardoned the B Finance founder because they, the Zhao something, right? The Mr. Zhao of B Finance helped the Trump family start up the world stable coin or the world coin, right? I think so. As such, they pardoned him. So Trump is pretty much a businessman, and as such, this has put a lot of the U.S. company that has strategic interests under the hands of Trump. So you can see from here, U.S. Steel, right, which is now owned by Nippon Steel, got approval to buy U.S. Steel, but U.S. get the veto in some action, up 8.6%. MP Material, they put in 400 million, up 176%. They put 9 billion in Intel, it's up 62%. Okay, and they put 2 billion on lithium, up 111%. Metal, these are all the rare earth, and it came over also. Trump and Anwar signed a few deals on that too, and you can see 36 million, 194. Nvidia, no stake, okay, and AMD, no stake, but US approved some of the chip in exchange for 15% of the revenue, which is Nvidia and AMD is very similar too. Okay, now key driver number 3, which is I flashed on to you last week, is the very steady inflation rate. I do think inflation is going to pick up soon as food prices comes out, but a lot of it are been delayed because early on when they know Donald Trump will raise tariff, many people stock up a lot of the goods, so they're able to defer the inflation rate right now. And then of course interest rate cut. There are 2 more cuts, and tonight I will talk about it on the next slide when they will cut. 5-hour time, you will see Federal Reserve Fed Chairman about to do that. Okay, and then you have the AI revolution joining it. So first evidence is the propensity. The Fed will meet in 5 hours time, which is now is 9:45 a.m. So they're going to meet up probably in afternoon after lunch. All right. So you can see on this side, let me see this side, the core inflations are very steady at 3.1%. So they use this number. No doubt with the US government shutdown, you can see there's no impact, which I covered 2 live Facebook ago where I say about the US shutdown, no impact, markets continue to go up. And that's why it gone up, okay? And in the next in the hour 2 p.m., right, there is likelihood of 99% chance in cutting rate. Now keep in mind, I have to pre-qualify that. If Jerome Powell do not cut interest rate or hint that he will not cut interest rate in this coming 2 o'clock, then you will see tonight after lunch, the market will sell off. Okay, so keep that in mind. If the hint or the summary, the conversation doesn't sound like he's going to cut rate, around 4:30 in the morning, the market is going to fall, right? That's usually the case is. So keep in mind, whatever he says. So a lot will depend on the interest rate cut. Then we have the what we call the interest rate. Okay, the OpenAI is opening up. Okay, OpenAI is opening up with PayPal integration into Open ChatGPT, where they allow payment, first payment wallet in ChatGPT. So you can see this price here gaps up, right? And also Microsoft also released revealed they are a major shareholder in OpenAI, and you can see that also push up, which previously you can see took a bit of time, but finally it got to 542%, $542 in here, the numbers that was waiting for, and it came. Okay, so that was good, almost 5% up from here onwards. So OpenAI, all this is been driven by AI. Then again, don't forget, let me just move to the side. Month of November, 5 out of the last 6 years positive. For December, 4 out of the last 6 years is also positive. So that is pointing seasonality very positive. And again, we have the sell-off. Remember when Donald Trump paid, he was kind of sad he didn't get his, what was that, the Nobel Peace Prize. So market sell-off, and he came out with the tariff 100% on China, but look for market rebound in greater than 3% in 5 days. If you look back in 2025, in January, March, we have this 3% up, market rebounded back. Okay, so this is a very good sign. In January, you can see the market rebound back before it drops. Then we have the March, of course, April 4th, you all know about the reciprocal day, market drop up, shoot up, and then you have May, shoot straight up again. So, and then today is also same. S&P completed the 3% on the 20th of October. All right, by now you already know the market already run. I think if you follow that, 2 weeks ago, we were pretty spot on to that. And that's why we get the market rallying. Okay, so one thing good, we don't get a lot of audience tonight, which means this market is likely going to go up higher. And that's why I like to see too, right? And if you're in the Malaysian market, have to wait a bit more. I'm not sure how long. So summary, the US bull market yet to hit its peak again from last week. And US GDP continued to grow, and a lot is due to AI growth investment. Okay, and many of your stock pick, which I show you week after week after week, week after week, all this has done very well. So if you follow them, I think you've done pretty well too. All right, now let's go on to copy SmartRobie and a little bit of history, how we started this. As soon as we got our digital investment advisor license from Securities Commission, we always wanted to do building a robot. I think you heard me say many times, and we felt that we as human and traders, sometimes we get lazy. You know, we cannot monitor the market 24/7, and you know, one of my own wishes is always build a bot to replace myself. And finally we built one, and of course we were allowed by SE to showcase this as part of the education for our members and also the public. So again, picking up from where Bursa started it, Mirror, Learn and Trade, way back in November 19. They started this, and of course, when they move over to the new website called My Bursa Investment Lab, this is pretty new. Today, they only have 4% only. In the mean, you can copy the 4% now. But in order to copy them, you have to contact this remiser. This is how it works. Okay, it means you have to open an account with them. Don't open an account, sorry, they're not going to give it to you. Okay, but for ours, copy SmartRobie, all right, you can follow it. So you just need to go to your phone. Let me just bring it up to you. And for a small fee, it's a very affordable fee. All right, 10 ringgit promotion, 1 month only. And then you can follow it. So all you got to do, let me just bring up the SmartRobie here. Okay, the phone, so I'm going to bring up the phone. This is my phone here. And all you got to do is just bring it up. Yeah, so this is the one, and you click on this one here. That will take you to the payment in here. And I'm just going to share with you some of the purchases that was made, and truly it did benefit myself too. And I do hope you can learn to trade for this winning move. And of course, not all moves are winning. Okay, for a start, we started in April. Why April was because we actually built the bot for a broker. They wanted something, so we decided to go with it, and I wanted to build a bot for them. Okay, so this bot, when we built, they were going to select it, but unfortunately, many of the members of the broker firm only know how to buy top popular stocks. Okay, when I mean top popular stocks, they only know how to buy apa itu? Like the four stock I talk about TSM, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, and all those. So they only know that one only. That's unfortunately what it is. Okay. So on that basis, what we did was we wanted to bring it up to you and have a better way of looking to the market. Okay, looking at the market, which is copying the trade. So we tested out the bot. So right now, I think many of you would have the confidence to copy it. So our goal is paper trade first, follow it. Okay. So why copy SmartRobie is that you never miss a trade. The robot always works. And as I said, well, that's one of the the persona that I wanted to build. You can always monitor the stocks, automate it while even you sleep, especially in the US market. 9:30 I'm very tired, 10 o'clock I want to go sleep. But my robot will start working for you for only 10 ringgit a month. Okay. And then also you can learn to paper trade without emotion, no panic buying like now. What stock you want to look at? If you want to divest out from the Magnificent 7 and look into this is a pretty good stock. And it's powered by Pentagon Guider. I think this is one of the algo many of you can relate, at least trust with it in here. And it's quite effortless. It's semi-automatic, okay? Subscribe with a small fee and let the bot do the work, all right? Which means it will send you the entry, buy and sell, okay? So let's take a look at how it works. Basically, you start a fund size of 10,000 US dollar. So for me, I putting my real money lah. For you all, you can learn maybe 10,000 US is too much, then you put 1,000 US. Some of your broker allow fractional, so you can trade each size 300 US dollar while you learn, right? While you learn, okay? So when it's fully loaded up, it's only 3 trades. So it's not too taxing. 3 trades only allows you to buy and sell. Like tonight, there's actually a trade ongoing in here. Okay, so if you can follow it, that'd be great. So the remark is the 3 trades are fully loaded, no trade have executed, and you allow the trade to just run. And when you hit target profit or a date where the trade expired, it will be out, and then you come back in again. Our regular price for this is 50 ringgit a month, but today is 9.90 or $29 for 3 months, and also you get the all exchange monthly pass, which means you can access it for 3 months. Okay, so let's go into this website, which I will share with you. I got okay, this one here. Okay, and now what I want to do is to show you this. You can access this from our website. Just give it to you. Okay, so that's the website that we're going to go on. So you go over to the tradevsa.com. Okay, then once you get on this page, click on Learn More. Click on this one. That will take you to this page. Right, and so this is where I'm going to go to. So you can see from here, right now the total return is already 21% because we made a good return. I think just closed the trade last night, but the bot will ask you to trade it, close it tonight, and that trade is SWKS. I think I just look at it and it closes at $83. So you can see the win rate is 57%, average win trade, but this goes up and go down. When you go through a string of losses, then the trade will up. Now you can look into it and go from here onwards. Okay. Okay, so 21% return, and your equity curve, if you have 10,000, now it should be 12,000 theoretically. But your goal is to mirror, learn, and trade from here. So hopefully you don't make this as bad. Now the one that just closed yesterday was Skyworks. Okay, then the previous one was VOO, which is $51, 336. Now this is what the robot did, right? I'm going to show you what I did. I missed out the PepsiCo trade. I was a bit tired. I didn't manage to put in the truth, and that happens. And also Moody, I got hit by $119. T-row just break even in here, and I started at trade number 5 onwards. Okay, so let's look into the history of the past trade, and I think we did that. So we started with T-row. We actually launched on Friday. So the latest trade right now will be whatever you receive tonight, if those of you who are listening and subscribe. But some of the earlier trades that I started was beginning of the month, which is around 6th of October. Okay, I had that running T-row. Let's look at the chart here. You can click on the chart, you can see from here. So the market went off, and this is where Donald Trump talk about his tantrum, remember? Right? So we buy on opening, that's where the robot buy. So you'll enter on the opening. So make sure you're able to execute on the opening. Right? Just like today, 9:30, you do that opening, buying the price. Also, if you're paper trading, just buy under paper trading. Right? And typically we hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days only. There was a sell-off in here, right? That was the tantrum that Donald Trump pulled, right? What do T-row do? You can go to TradingView and find out more about them. Particularly, we are just trading based on the signal and the technical. We're not going to hold forever, all right? So any question that you have in there, feel free to ask questions. It's not too complicated anyway. Most of you already know. So you exit here, and that's you out from here. Okay, that's one of the trade, T-row. Next one is, this is Moody. Now at that time, what happens was the bank stock got hammered because of one of the banks. I think there was a run or very bad results. And Moody, you all know Moody, MCO, right? That does the debt ratings, has been hit. Okay, no doubt the market swing back up, but as it is, you could have got in here technically, and then you're out here. That's what happens, right? So that is why sometimes it's very difficult for human to trade. You see, you didn't cut loss, right? And then the market swing back up, and then you're rewarded for not cutting loss. But what happened if the market really sell off? And then you lost a lot, and then that's what happened. We've seen a lot of trade happen. So when you copy the SmartRobie, the Robie, in this case, the robot, has no emotional attachment. He wouldn't say that, ayo, lucky I didn't cut loss. See, market go back up to 495, but you're still stuck here. And if you're stuck here, you wouldn't have bought PepsiCo because you don't have money, right? So PepsiCo cover back. You see my point now? Because you cut loss, you move to the winning trade. Now, all this came through after several years of testing the Pony Express. I think some of our members already know that we've done the Pony Express doing the trade, but it is very tedious, right? You got to constantly do a lot of trades as such that, hey, is there any way we can automate? So we decided to automate this. Now, PepsiCo is the next trade, and this was much nicer. You can see enter here, so enter the robot, enter here, and you probably enter on the opening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 days you're out, okay? So 7 days you'll be out, and you just follow that, okay? So again, now we built this a very short term for you to use. Now, if you don't like this, and you like to analyze a lot, I can understand that, okay? Then you just go through SmartRobie, look at any chart and just analyze it. But for those of you who don't have time and wanted to mirror and wanted to learn how a systematic trading does, and this is it. And remember, I've talked about month of November and December, which is generally very bullish. And all the stocks you can see here, you can switch it to 50, 25 days, and you click on the chart, Netflix, okay? Yeah, Apple came in, right? And we hold it. Yep, Apple did go higher, right? But we have to cut. Usually we hold it for short term. Now, this is where it gets interesting. When you are mirroring learning and trade, right? I'm sure you can exit following the robot. But when you put real money in, like Apple, in the case of Apple, right? So this time, your focus won't be so much on chart reading or getting right, but is on controlling your emotion. I think controlling your emotion will be very important, because if you exited here and then you say, oh, okay, I exited here. but the market went up, right? Same thing, you are rewarded for not cutting loss or holding a long period of time. But we have another boat, another strategy, which is the Magnificent 7. You can check out our website, which has done very well. This one is a very shorter term robot, and it still works well too. Okay, next one we go on is VEA. And this one here just exited on 27. We got in here, so we buy an opening here, and then we got out here. Okay, so that's a nice, and that trade works out well. That was 1.67%. Usually we buy ETF, that's one, but there was only one ETF. If you go back in August, the gold miner was pretty good, and that one just won. And then you got the General Motors also. Okay, so last but not least, this is a trade where we enter here and then the market gaps up, and it did hit TP2. Alright, so I will explain that trade too. So in this case, you can see market went in, we buy an opening here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, and we are out in 3, and this one hit TP2 at $83.51. So usually once you're in, you got an option to park your sell price, and some of your platform provider will provide also cut loss. Right, you can put that one in, but generally I don't put it cut loss because we don't hold it more than 7-8 days. So during that time, yeah, it will happen too. Like this example here, right? There was a 7-point loss. You can see the market immediately sell off. When I wanted to cut here, was too late. By the time I cut here, it's already 127 already. Okay, so that happens. See, 127, and that's a 7% loss. Okay, that was also again the backdrop. So if you think November month is good, let's do it that way. Okay, so we reviewed the past trade. Okay, and entry is on the opening price, or those of you who are learning, and then you can decide you enter a few days later or you want to hold it. But remember, every 3 or 4 days you probably get an entry, and then let the market run from here onwards. So let's take a look at my account. You can see from here, MCO, I'm trying to mimic as close as possible. MCO, PTC, Skywork, Throw, VAE, and the latest one is XLC. Okay, and tonight there's one trade coming in, which I will show you also after this. Okay, but usually if you want to get more, subscribe to it. So you can see from here, with a $3,000 size account, okay, MCO I made about $120 loss. PTC I'm yet to out. This one is pretty good. Skywork 255.80 cents US dollar realized here. You can see this is this one is realized, and then T-Row I lost $12. So what I'm trying to do is to show you that my personal trading account, we try to follow as close as possible to the, okay, one day eventually we are able to automate this. Okay, we are able to automate this, but until that day, manual or semi-automatic lah. You need to do it yourself. Then we got VA. It's not that difficult because once you get the order, comes in just after market closes. The KLSE market closes around 5-6 o'clock, and then I just put in the order just now for the next trade. Okay, then you got XLC, which is right now about $16 loss here. Okay, now these are the latest trade. Okay, so I want to show you here, giving you a sneak preview. So last one I saw here, 41.80.26. Okay, so let me just bring up the now if you don't like this and you find that this is nothing to learn, then switch off. But very important, I think you can take away is the systematic learning of the SmartRobie. So here I bought 100, I think it's filled, yeah, it's filled at 24.45. So the signal you can see from here, monthly, I try to follow as close as possible. You can see my phone here was sent, you can see quantity, can you see the quantity there? 128, buy below 24.85. I got it at 24.45. Okay, which is good. Target profit $125, target profit $226. Okay, then you got stop loss is 22.59. Okay, you can put that in 7 to 9 days holding period. Alright, so on the in-app app, you can see from here, okay, you usually get this. Unfortunately, there was some thing happened in our back end. You can see the in-app notification that was sent to you. We sent many times, so which is also good. Make sure you don't miss the trade. Okay, and so that was the trade. So all the notification that was sent to you will be sent by the in-note notification here. Alright, so that's how we so I bought XLC previously and then sold the switch. Now keep in mind the website, alright, or you can go to your SmartRobie here under here for $29.90, and you need to purchase right below. That's how you purchase it. Okay, so you'll take you to a payment gateway and get it done. Alright, so not that difficult. Next week or on next Monday, I will also share with you what has happened in it. Now it's going to be a series of winner and loser and winner and loser. This is what you see here. Okay, and so far if you look at it, Skywork was the best. We got some gold last time. We got was August. Then we got another good trade here. Well, we try to avoid some of these losses, which sometimes not possible, and that's how we do it. Okay, so let's see. So far right now is 21%, and hopefully y'all can do as good. All right, so make money while you work, learn, mirror and follow it, get faster confidence, and trade 24 hours. The bot will do it. Now on the Skywork, okay, Skywork, you can see you can put in TP2. Okay, so remember the TP1, TP2 all given to you also. So this is what I mean. You can see from here. Let me just go back to my inbox. All right, if you subscribe it, let's go to Skywork, sold at 83. Early on Skywork we did not send out because we only started last Friday for the public. Okay, and if you can see by here there is TP1 and TP2. Okay, so not that difficult. So follow the TP2, and I've shared with you the history. Right, understanding the Pentagon guided algo would definitely. Now of course we come to the almost the end of the session here. Any stocks that you want me to look at as our usual so-called chart analysis, Pentagon guider, but I do know many of you, our members, are well versed, and also catch me on Monday, okay? Monday for a breakfast show, and you're able to follow some of the trades. Sometimes the problem with the breakfast show, I only select on Monday, okay? And sometimes I don't watch it, I don't cut loss. That's always the issue. But now I have a copy SmartRobie who watch the market 24/7. So we have a group of engineers also and technical people looking into it. So SmartRobie will do his shows in here. So SmartRobie, if not use it, download it. We have the premium intraday, we have trending stock, and right now we have the copy SmartRobie. And of course for our VSA 360 member, you can upgrade it too, right? And we are still taking new member. We're going to have a new price. Changes very soon. Next year will be 3688. So that's all we have for tonight. I hope the little small service that we do, copy SmartRobie for 10 ringgit a month or a cup of coffee, will bring you joy of learning, mirroring and trading. Don't forget to join our Telegram. That's all I have. And if you have any stocks you want me to look at, feel free to pencil in. That's it. Good night.